Hello, and I'm Albine. Welcome to my channel. Good morning, and I have a glass of water next to me. It's another session with Albine live Tagalog tutorial with Albine today. And as usual, I am committed to show up for about an hour today. And how is that? Okay, here's my face. And so this is our material for today, our topic for today. Uh, of course, this is a series of presentation on how to construct Tagalog interrogative statement or questions, how to ask questions in Tagalog. And this time, our main concern is to use the word magkano. Magkano. Let's find out. What about magkano? Okay. Okay. And if you are new in this channel, please don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to my channel and like the video if you are old, my old audience, old followers, please like this episode. Hit the like button. Okay. And comment, ask question. I will be happy to answer your questions if I would be able to answer it. Of course. Yeah, and our main focus is to to translate English statements in Tagalog, okay? Okay, so I have this checklist now, and the first question word that I had to hang on there. I need to hang on. Give me a minute. Lecture. We are on lecture. I need to hide my face. So now. So we have the checklist here. The first, I was watching my very first live episode here on YouTube, and yeah, it's supposed to be my topic was subject, verb, object, something, and I felt it was like, oh, it's bad. I don't like it the way it is. I had difficulty with technicals, and I had difficulty with, hey cat, my cat is around here with me. Okay, so I had difficulty with using the software. Okay, maybe one day soon I'm going to hide it and not put. I'm going to change it to unlisted and not be in public anymore. But anyway, but of course, while it's still there, I suggest that you get my old video and watch, especially a topic about ano, and this other things like sino, this how you say what, how you say who, how you say where, and how you say when, and how many in Tagalog. This how to say when and how to say how many were just very recent episode of mine if you are new in this channel. But if you are repeated return viewers of mine, of course you know it. I believe you have already watched it. Okay, so let's proceed. Review of related lessons. That's why I told you I had to look up what did I say on my ano or what presentation, and what did I say with my how many presentations. So these are all related to our topic for today. So ano requires a response pertaining to persons, living things. Let me show my face. Here's my face. Okay. So, response pertaining to persons, living things, non-living things or event. So any response becomes the subject of the statement. So that when you start the question, ano. So really, I decided to start off with raising questions, because you being like new to the language, or new, you just got in the Philippines, you don't know much information of the Philippines. Of course, the best thing is to ask question, right? So better learn how to ask question, so that, and also that is the best way to start conversation, right? Ask questions. Next, okay, review of the topic, ilan or how many. Topic, ilan or how many. So it requires a response pertaining to amount or quantity of something that's being talked about. So to me, well, yeah, it's about numbers. It's what I like. I like numbers. I like talking about numbers. Yeah, so pertaining to amount or quantity of something that's being talked about. Any response becomes the adjective of the subject of the statement. So how many or ilan. That's what. Yeah, and with my presentation last the previous one, it happened Friday my time, Friday night my time, just this week. I I introduced to you numbers in Tagalog, numbers in Tagalog. So it's not my plan to bring you or to introduce numbers here today. So I hope you are familiar already with numbers in Tagalog, because yeah, if you ask questions like this, ilan, how many, and our topic for today, which is how much, so you would be talking about numbers, right? Okay, so magkano is our topic for today. In English, that is how much. How much in English. Okay, so let's proceed. Okay, so one example, our very first example, magkano ang pamasahe? Magkano ang pamasahe? This is a tricky question, you see, in Tagalog. And so I have been asking, well, how would you say that in English? And especially, this is a thing like first world versus third world thing, right? And this is something, you know, if we are in the Philippines, yeah, we all know Philippines is a third world country, and that the way we do economy in the Philippines is very different from what you do in the first world, right? Especially, okay, I started off pamasahe. So let's find out what is it in English. Actually, I have difficulty how to translate this in English. So as simple as you would say, how much is the fare? How much is the fare? Magkano ang pamasahe? Yeah, because in first world countries, you don't commute. I mean, you don't take public transportation that much, right? Especially here in my town, everybody drives his or her own car. No public transportation. So this magkano ang pamasahe is not always a question here. It's rarely being raised, this kind of question. But if you are in the Philippines, you must learn how to raise this question. Magkano ang pamasahe? That means how much is the fare. You will be talking about riding a bus, riding a cab, taking a cab, or taking a train, mass train, MRT, mass. What is the meaning of MRT? Mass rail transit, or LRT, light rail transit. something like that in the Philippines. Hey cat, say hi. Say hi to the world, cat. Okay, cat. I'm sorry about that. Next slide. Let's proceed to the next slide. So, uh, one example also is magkano ang bayad? Magkano ang bayad? So, what is that? What does it mean in English? Magkano ang bayad? So, I don't know if I made it right here. How much do you pay for? Something like that. Or how much do I pay for? I'm really not so sure if this is how you ask it. Magkano ang bayad? Because in Tagalog, bayad means pay. How much, or how much, maybe you would say it like, how much do I owe you? How much do I owe you? But it seems like if you would translate it literally here, how much do you pay for something? How much does he pay for something? How much does she pay for something? This is how I don't know if this is right. So, but let's focus on Tagalog. You have to say magkano ang bayad. Like, if I don't know, if you're a foreigner, it's hard for you to commute. Of most likely, yeah, you will take a cab. So, yeah. Magkano ang bayad? Something like that. So you can raise that question if you want to know how much you owe somebody. Okay, next. Okay, so this is our vocabulary thing today. Vocabulary. Magkano ang fill in the blank? Fill in the blank. So this is, you will supply anything here, like utang remains, stands for, or in English is debt. So magkano ang utang, magkano ang sweldo, magkano ang upa is rent or renta, magkano ang renta, magkano ang upa, magkano ang singil. Literally it means ask price, right? If you are like asking for, if for example, if you are long-term resident of the Philippines and you have an apartment, you rent a house or something, so maybe one day you will be needing service, plumbing service, right? Or electrical service. So it's something like most likely, if you know your community, your neighborhood, most likely, or one of those in the neighborhood would be able to fix your household problems, what your issues in the house, right? Plumbing service, laundry service, what else? Electrical, mechanic, something like that. So it is not something, yeah, this is again a question, like the difference between first world and third world. Because in the first world country, these services are right there in they have their office, and you just have to contact the office, the business, and that business will send people to you. But in the Philippines, it's not necessary. It's optional to get to legitimate service, legitimate office. Sometimes these people are most of the time, these people are just in the neighborhood. And yes, and it's really just, it's just like a individual kind of job, right? That kind of thing. So magkano ang singil is what you would ask to individual person. And then of course, magkano ang presyo? Magkano ang presyo? If you would yeah, it refers to price or selling price or cost of something. So magkano ang presyo? And then also like something like puhunan. So this is about a small business. Magkano ang puhunan? Something like that. If you want to put up a small business, like if you are in a rural part of the 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 country of the Philippines, rural. So it would be, and if you want to like retire in the Philippines, for example, it's up. It depends on your, really on your preference. You, if for example your preference is to stay in the rural side of the country, so yeah, it's more quiet, and you would be close to nature. And yeah, and sometimes like this, in the neighborhood there are like for example sari store is what we call, or the counterpart of that sari store is the convenience store here in the first world. Yeah, so this kind of topic is about to I wish I'm able to give you um, picture of image of what is it in the our community, how it looks like in the Philippines, and what makes it a difference in the first world country. Okay, that's why. And also, yeah, learning a language could be tricky if you have no, if you don't have much information of our community, right? If you don't have much information of our community. So also like yeah, this series of words that I'm introducing to you, most likely your conversation will occur when you are talking about running a small business. Running a small business. Magkano ang puhunan? Magkano ang tubo? Yeah. Tubo means profit. Or sometimes, magkano ang interest? So, yeah, if you are uh, joyful in talking about numbers and mathematics, so this is nice. This is a nice kind of conversation. Interest, so interest could be money in figure, or could be in percentage, right? Something like that. Yeah, and in the Philippines I like also to to introduce that uh, most most people in the Philippines are like seeking for a loan, a small loan, like a short-term loan, like for example loan, credit 1,000. I need money today. I need money for my child's birthday. Okay, may I borrow money, something like that. Even if you put add on interest, even if you add on interest, I want money right now. So may I borrow money from you? Okay, and then of course you would, or any of you would ask, magkano ang interest? Magkano ang interest? 5%? 2%? Okay, something like that. Yeah, and then, magkano ang kita? Kita is income. So, magkano ang blank? So, magkano ang kita? Magkano ang tubo? Magkano ang presyo? Magkano ang singil? So, just our vocabulary, search it here in this table that I prepared for you. Okay. Hello, hi, May. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoy this topic that I am doing. Tell me, are you doing business in the Philippines? I'm curious. I have an impression that you are doing business in the Philippines. Tell me, what is your business? And are you familiar? Really, I bet you are so familiar of the what Philippines looks like. Tell me if you agree or disagree with what I'm saying. Okay. I hope you are well. Tell me, just type in here, reply to my questions. What are you busy about other than volunteering, or yeah, what is your kind of job, or are you in business in the Philippines? I want to know. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, this time, like for example, you are shopping. for stuff. And yeah, in Asia or in the Philippines, it's best. Although well, these days lockdown, I don't have a nice picture of what is life going on in the Philippines on lockdown is a status. So I don't know, because prior to lockdown, I'm very much familiar, like shopping, going around, going to shop, or you plan on cooking, right? So you plan on what's for breakfast, what's for lunch, what's for dinner. Yeah, like for example, you are going to work in the kitchen and you want to come up with a certain dish. So, and then of course you have to prepare how much. Yes, again, I tell you, Philippines is a cash society. So when you get something, be ready with your cash. So sometimes, so before stepping out of your apartment, okay, so better learn how to ask first, magkano ang tinapay? Or let's say, magkano ang asukal? Asukal is sugar. Magkano ang asin? Magkano ang harina? Harina or harina? Just the same. Harin. Us, when, what I know, in my family, we call it harina, not harina. Harina, it's flour. And then of course, magkano ang tinapay? Okay, I'm not I'm sorry. I'm not going to mention the English word. Just look up in this table I prepared for you. So, magkano ang tinapay? Magkano ang itlog? Magkano ang bigas? Magkano ang karne? And take note also, let me have this pointer. Let me check message. Okay. Take note, I prepared a video on accent marks, or in Tagalog we call it tuldik. Tuldik. I need to use it here in my presentation. That's, you see, it's just better to use tuldik in my presentation so that you know how to pronounce it, like asin. Asin, because of the accent mark pahilis, right? And then of course asukal is the natural accent, because the stress is in the second from the last syllable. But anyway, I hope you watched my previous video. But of course, it's not up on public, it's just unlisted. It's somewhere out there. I shared it to my group and to my page. Okay, so itlog, that is how there's an accent. I hope you notice the difference of the pronunciation accent when there is accent mark. Okay, itlog, bigas, because without accent mark here, here's the difference, bigas. So we don't say it like that, bigas, no, we say it bigas. Bigas is rice. And then carne. Of course, here if you want to specify what type of meat, it must be pork. So in Tagalog we say it karneng baboy. Chicken, we say it karneng manok. Beef, we say it karneng baka. Okay, meat in general, we say it carne. Okay, me personally, because me and my husband, or me as individual, I don't eat this pork, chicken, beef. I don't eat meat. Okay, so if you are meat eater, okay, go on your way to make a dish for you. And yeah, gulay, vegetable. Samya in Tagalog. This one is hiding. Samya. Yeah, there goes samya. You see it down in the bottom. Samya is aromatics. Example, onion, garlic, tomato, is it ginger? Those are aromatics, right? So those are the, when on Filipino cooking, the very important or most used aromatics. Remember, garlic, onion, ginger, lemongrass. What else? Yeah, so those kinds. Okay, and what's next? What's next? Okay, so this is the picture. If you are, for example, you are out in the market shopping for your ingredients, this is what you will see, as compared to where you are in the first world. This is not the look of your shopping place, right? So here, so that's why all small businesses thrive in the Philippines. Individual business, small business, unlike in the first world. Is like there is a trademark, there is a name, there is a gate, right? There is, although that exists also in the Philippines, but plenty of shopping places in the Philippines are this simple picture as you see here. Okay, and next, another picture, I guess. Yes, and yeah, I put up this picture because just in case you will be commuting. So these are the kind of transportations that you will be taking, right? So magkano ang pamasahe if you want to take the jeepney? There's the bus. These are all public transportation, and of course that's the train, the rail service, and there's the tricycle. Yes, you would ask magkano, like if you're going to somewhere, like for example, this is in Pasay City, you're going to, like, where is City Hall. I'm going to City Hall. Magkano ang pamasahe? Okay, that's what you will ask. Something like that, right? Okay, let me see what's next. This is an example. Okay, one example. Another example. My first example was as short as magkano ang pamasahe. Now you want to have another, like, and pamasahe, of course, is the subject part of the statement, and then there's object part of your statement. Magkano ang pamasahe sa eroplano? Sa eroplano. Okay. So next, let's move on to let's have this demonstration, and I want to show you Jamboard. Let me get this setting. Jamboard, where are you? Jamboard? Is it here? I hope it's here. Give me a minute. I'll be there with Jamboard. I hope it's Jamboard time here. Jamboard, please show up. Where is Jamboard now? Here. Okay. Let's do this again. Is that it? Okay. This one, so I would have maybe a better presentation or demonstration. I hope you are doing fine, and tell me, you have your cup of coffee, you have your soda, you have your I have my water next to me. Right, so let's have this illustration for you. Okay, magkano ang I'm really just struggling here. Magkano ang pamasahe sa eroplano? Okay, so here, in English, you would just ask it, how much is the ticket? Tell me if there's another way to say it. How much is the ticket? Because in the Philippines, you have to say pamasahe. Of course, you can also say how much, magkano ang ticket sa eroplano. That's also alright. Magkano ang ticket sa eroplano? Right? So that's ticket is the thing you want to know, and the sa is the kind of transportation that you want to take, which is aeroplano. But of course you can replace aeroplano with something like this one. Magkano ang ticket sa barko, or also pamasahe? Magkano ang pamasahe sa barko? What else? What do I have here? Bangko, eroplano, bahay, kuryente. And then another example, magkano ang singil? Singil, what is singil? Is due, amount due. Amount due or due? That's tricky. Due, amount due, singil. How much is the amount due? I would say duplicate here, this one. Tell me if my English is right. And yeah, I'm also learning English. Amount due. Okay, tell me, correct my English. How much is the amount due? Because my basis really is Tagalog construction. So, in Tagalog, magkano ang singil sa barko is also alright. And you would also say, magkano ang singil sa kuryente? I have this one. Where is kuryente? It's hard to find it. Where I know I've got it here. This one. Magkano ang singil sa kuryente? So if you have the bill, you need to pay for your electricity bill. So kuryente, your electric consumption. Yeah. Magkano ang singil sa kuryente? So how do you say that in English? How much is the amount due? Something like that. And what else? Magkano ang upa? Magkano ang upa sa? Upa is rent. Of course, you don't rent kuryente. You don't rent your electricity. So, what is better? Magkano ang upa sa bahay? Magkano ang upa sa bahay? So, how much is your rent? How much is the rent? I think that's what my husband told me. How much is where is rent here? I lost rent. Edit or duplicate. Edit rent. I know I already have rent here. Rent. Okay. How much is the rent? Upa. This one, the meaning of upa is rent. So, learning Tagalog, better say, magkano ang upa sa bahay? What else do you rent for? Like, sa sasakyan, kotse. If you hire a car, or any kind of vehicle, sasakyan. A kind of motor vehicle, motorized vehicle. It could be a truck. It could be if you are moving from one house to another. Magkano ang upa sa sasakyan? Okay. That is how you say it in Tagalog. So how you say that in English, it's up to you. Okay, I hope you just be rich with vocabulary. Magkano ang upa sa sasakyan? Magkano ang... Okay, what else I want to demonstrate? Let's find out. I want to demonstrate. I have my reference. Let me slide 10. Ang bayad. Anyway, hang on there. Magkano ang next slide. I'm looking up on my slides, and I think I will proceed with the pamasahe sa eroplano. Another example is Upa sa bahay. Yes, I already demonstrated that ang magkano ang upa sa bahay and how much is rent is rent. How much is rent? Or this one. Let me show you. Let's have the slide. It's hard to move screen. Window. Change window. Hang on, give me second. Change window. This one. Okay, I like to present this to you. Oop, don't go away. Okay, so let's have this format. Magkano ang I already have given you example using sa. And then let's have this pattern. Magkano ang noun subject ng then noun object. Magkano ang okay, how am I going to have this example? Magkano ang this for example, magkano ang sweldo ng guro? Let's have that example. Magkano ang sweldo ng guro? Let's move back to Jamboard. Oh, I'm switching screen. Jamboard, please. Here. Okay. And Jamboard. We are on Jamboard. And where's the Jamboard? Here. Magkano ang, let's have sweldo. Where is sweldo here? Did I have sweldo? Sweldo. And then this must be ng. Magkano ang sweldo ng guro? Where is sweldo? I must have sweldo. Bangko, barko. Tinapay, pamasahe. Okay, so I'm just going to edit this singil. Magkano? You don't want to use the word singil. Must have to edit it like sweldo. Salary. Magkano ang sweldo ng guro? So it's a person you are referring to. Magkano, how much is the salary? Edit. I have this salary. Okay, is that how you say it in English? How much is the salary? Of course, but in Tagalog you would also say magkano ang sweldo, but it's very vague. You must be specific, right? So you would have to say magkano ang sweldo ng guro. Okay, so then you would just have to replace anything kind of occupation here. What are those occupation? Magkano ang sweldo ng pulis? Pulis. Magkano ang sweldo ng okay, enrich your vocabulary. It's up to you. Just fill in occupation here. What kind of magkano ang sweldo ng secretary? Magkano ang sweldo ng labandera? Labandera is laundry person. Magkano ang sweldo ng driver? Driver, if you want somebody to drive for you. Magkano ang sweldo ng driver? Something like that. Okay, how much is the salary? So I introduced to you the use of ng. Ng. What else? Magkano ang what I have magkano ang sweldo? Also this one I like to introduce to you. Magkano ang sweldo mo? If you don't need to use this what part of what's that? What part of parts of speech is this? I'll tell you later. Let's call it linker ng. So without this, you magkano ang sweldo? You have to replace it with pronoun. Magkano ang sweldo mo? Mo is you. Magkano ang sweldo niya? Pronoun, which is the other person. Okay, magkano ang sweldo ko, which is me? Magkano ang sweldo ko? Magkano ang sweldo nila? You like, for example, you have one or more servants, right? Yeah, So these are my examples. And cat, come on, show up again. Here's my cat. Here's my cat. Cat, cat, cat. Cat, you must know how to read, and you replace me here. You replace me. You better learn Tagalog and English, okay? And next, okay, so sana magkano, yeah, here is a noun, event, pronoun, object. So event is what I call like sweldo, what else, singil. So that's what I refer to as event, noun, event, singil, sweldo, upa, bayad. Okay, bayad mo, it's also acceptable. Magkano ang bayad mo? Oh, where is that? Magkano ang, there's no bayad here. Edit, so bayad. Okay, bayad, it could, yeah, it could be nila if you're talking about other people. This is plural, nila. Take note again of the accent mark. I'm implementing the use of accent mark here, so you know how to say nila, nila, niya. You see the difference. This is presyo, presyo. There's no accent mark, so that's the difference. Guro, guro. Okay, magkano ang bayad nila? Okay, so I hope you appreciate my presentation. And yeah, so these are all my examples, and tell me if it's clear. If not, let's talk about it again. Just raise question. And if you are new in this channel, don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, thank you for coming. But wait. But wait, we have the conclusion. Okay, I'll give you the conclusion. Property, where is that? This one. Okay. This is quite a struggle for me, but I'm okay. We're doing all right. So I just presented simple ways to say magkano in Tagalog. Please don't go away. We would have some kind of kumustahan. Anyway, so next, also like magkano statements can be harder than that. Harder. I'm struggling with my English, with my pronunciation, than that, because you need to learn the use of pronouns and few linkers. Okay, so that's why there will be part 2 of this topic, just like what I did with the previous topic, which is ilan. So we'll have a part 2. I will study more and how to make it more complicated. Complicated for me, complicated for you. I hope that is fine. Yeah, so yeah, for next session, please remain, just come back. Let's get together again, and let's talk about magkano again next week. And yeah, please raise your question. I can if there's confusion, let's talk about it. And yeah, and for next session, interrogative sentences with magkano, part 2. Yep. And let me check your message. Question. Ang cute si Pusa. Si Pusa. I am a volunteer that helps some patients with Parkinson's disease. I can relate to that. Here in our house, we are watching over grandma Bruce's mother, who's of course my mother-in-law, who is hers is dementia. Oh, thank you for your good work, Jaime. I can relate to like helping patients, and I'm not a medical, by I don't have any medical background, but this is what we have to do. We have to take care of patients also. Yeah, and that's why I'm here on YouTube. So while I'm watching over grandma, my mother-in-law, She is in her 90th, turning 96. So yeah, while I'm watching over her, so I'm doing this YouTube thing, writing contents, and yeah, and thank you for your support with my channel. So like what I am like, just this is just a kind of diversion with what's going on in the family. So I found something to do that I really, really like to do, which is, yeah, working on the internet, writing contents, and yeah, I like connecting with people. So, yes, I can relate to that, and I'm sending love your way. I'm so emotional these days. So thank you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I will see you again and more posts on YouTube group and my page. And yeah, of course, I'm also working on still on the middle of the development of my online course. Please support my endeavor while I'm watching. Me and Bruce are watching over aging parents. That's how we are. Thank you so much. Take care.